Yo guys, this is Reinhart and this is gonna be a long ass freaking video, so grab a popcorn because we're gonna be talking about DK's Mists of Pandaria talents, and I'm gonna be showing you guys all of those talents in one video, and it's gonna be actually quite a while. So let's get started right away with me actually going the spec that I have abilities on, and we're gonna be checking out Rolling Blood. The first one is your Blood Bowl ability now also triggers Pestilence if it strikes a diseased target. So it's actually not bad at all, but it's mostly gonna be for blood because I don't see any practical usage for it when it comes to just regular Frost or Unholy, because as Unholy we need to actually use those festering strikes, and yes, we can use some pestilence to get our death runes, but it's not gonna be as effective. So in my retrospect, it's going to be a blood specific target and mostly for PvE. Let's remove it and let's check out the next glyph, which is a wild spew. It's basically our pet just pukes all over the people like a teenager who just had a lot of drinks, and basically it applies 8 in 10 yards range, but it also does around roughly like 1k damage, which is minuscule. It costs 60 runic power, which I think is a great barrier for the skill itself, because who would actually wanna freaking have that shit with a 60 runic power cost? The problem with the Unholy is just it doesn't generate that much runic power as Frost, and the problem with Frost is why the hell would you wanna apply those 8s when you can just simply apply them via Howling Blast spam. So anyway, here's the wild spew mechanic. As you guys can see, it did apply the freaking A's onto this kitty cat. Now the last one at not least is Unholy Blood, and I think it's gonna be the one that's gonna be frequently picked by both Unholy and Frost. Wow, Unholy Blood is back. Actually no, my bad, it's reworked the 100th time in a row. So now it became from the passive to active. Unholy Blight basically stings around enemies for 10 seconds, infecting diseases. So I'm popping it, and everything within my vicinity has AIDS basically. The thing about this one is gonna be working really well with the Death Advanced talent, and on top of it, it kinda refreshes diseases, so it gives like a 10-second extra disease duration to your existing AIDS per se. The second talent is basically nothing spectacular. We have it, oh my god, RNG, what the fuck talent tree, because I honestly have no idea what the fuck this Blizzard trying to do here, but let's take a look at this. We have Lichborn, which is charm, fear, effect, and also can heal us. We have Anti-Magic Zone, which is Unholy tree, and it's kind of a different utility in my opinion. One is to get out of CC, heal us, another one to actually protect our allies, and then we have what the fuck Icy Grip, which is reduces cooldown on our Icy Grip. Personally, first of all, what about Anti-Magic Shell is that it's basically actually a little bit more upgraded version when it comes to just overall usage. You can actually place it anywhere you want to, so if your teammate is getting analed, you no longer have to actually come in the melee range just to see him kite away from you or some shit. No, you can just place it on top of them and be really happy motherfucker. So the Icy Grip is reduced 15-second cooldown. We have an Unholy Command, which is talent that reduces our cooldown on Death Grip by 10 seconds. So that rolls into this talent out here. I personally like Icy Grip myself. DK's signature move is actually Icy Grip, Death Grip, and whatever makes it smaller, that's really good in my book. For at least RBGs, I think Icy Grip is going to be better than Lichborn. And with 60 level talents, our survivability is actually going up by a good amount in terms of sustained healing. Therefore, I think we can even afford to ditch the Lichborn for Icy Grip. Why I'm saying survivability is because right now Lichborn is mostly used as a defensive tool rather than the offensive tool. Now for the last one for third one we have Death Advance, Chillbanes, and Asphyxiate, and I'm just gonna show you guys Asphyxiate, but let me actually reiterate on Death Advance. Here it baseline. There's no longer requirement to have your Unholy Runes on cooldown, which is huge. How many times we would get disarmed by rogues and we would find us waddling at 30% speed because we did not have dash advance, or it just fell off. So in that case, dash advance, this one is actually a major buff. Chillbanes became or remained the same. In my opinion, Chillbanes is still gonna be really good for Frost, but not much for Unholy. Yes, Unholy can Chain of Ice and maybe Pestilence for AoE snares, but Unholy does not strive in a lot of snares as much as it actually needs mobility, because it provides a good constant damage, not the burst damage. Frost on the other hand needs to pin down a target to burst the fuck out of it. So that's basically it. And Asphyxiate is basically replacing a Strangulate and stuns the target for 5 seconds, and it makes a Star Wars animation, makes you think like you're a 13-year-old wannabe Darth Vader. That's basically it. I don't personally not gonna pick Asphyxiate. If somebody else gonna pick it, that's really good, whatever. But to be honest, A, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, and second is, it's basically just gives you an extra Strangulate in my eyes, or extra stun. Yes, it's really nice on 1 minute cooldown, but you're losing so much mobility or so much control with the improved Chain of Ice that makes choice for this talent is actually very questionable. In my opinion, they should come up with something in terms of limitations or mobility here, but not the Asphyxiate Star Wars shit. For the 60 we have a survivability talent tree. We have a Dust Pact, Dust Siphons and Conversion. The first thing about Dust Pact is that it has no runic power cost, and that is actually huge. And it also got buffed to 50% of our maximum health, and it no longer kills our pet, it just gives does a pet damage. So basically 50% of your pet to heal you for 50%, which I find it actually a very nice, smooth overall upgrade version. Actually, I like what the Blizzard did here, but I don't know. The reason why DKs are right now squishy is because we don't have a sustained survivability. Yes, we have great cooldowns, but once we got out of Lichburn Heal and Dust Pact, there's not much we can do to survive there. So, in my opinion, that is not worth it. Conversion is actually a very interesting talent. Think about it as you looked at the rogues and you made their recuperate disappear. No, but in all seriousness, it is a recuperate on steroids, because it regenerates 3% of your maximum health every 1 second. Rogues right now regenerate 6% every 3 seconds, and we're queuing about this for so much because that shit is absolutely ridiculous. But this one is 9% over 3 seconds, so it's more on steroids. And whoever decides to troll and post arguments and stuff, think about it this way: improved recuperate bumps it up to 5%, plus the quickening, which is another 20% increased into incoming heals if you fully spec into recuperate. So in this sense, conversion does offer nice healing, but look at the downside of it. First of all, runic power regeneration is reduced by 50% while conversion is active, and secondly, it costs 10 runic power per second. So let's just give it a try really quickly, and you guys should see what I'm actually talking about. New Frostens gives you 100% runic power, so I'm getting 20 runic power per global right now, and up to 40 from Festering Strikes. So now I am gonna use conversion. I'm sorry guys, I actually need to put it on my bar, because this is how they usually disappear. And as you guys can see, it heals me, but now I only regenerate 10 runic power per strike, which is still not bad when it comes to I'm just getting healed at the same time. And you see guys, it heals for about roughly 3800, but it actually can crit, which is huge. Thank you, I guess, Blizzard, though it doesn't make a lot of sense why it should be critting. So that's about the conversion. And the one I skipped here is actual Death Siphons, and I like Death Siphon myself personally, because I like the idea of having a rune range strike, and on top of that, what I like about Death Siphon is that it's kinda unique. It's a drain lifey, vampiric kind of effect. Definitely necromancering. So the animation is like Hunt. There's the animation, and it hits for roughly 18k right now. It actually did get buffed, and it does heal me for about 14k HP, which is really good still. And right now I'm running in unholy spec, even though I have a permanent death runes, because it does get bugged every now and then. For frost, however, it does heal less, because even though it's a shot of frost damage, Frost Decay's Master is a little bit toned down.